Here's another bone found out here. I don't think it's human. I hear phantom footsteps. Do you hear it? Looks like something electronic. Weird. What the hell is this? No, I don't think it's a mine shaft, but it's something. It's a steep hill. It's a beast. It's definitely a beast. It's a red helicopter. He's got something on his skid. He took one look at me and turned around. Thanks for watching. If you've been following the Kenny Veach story, you know that his keys and cell phone were found by an old mine shaft deep in the Desert National Wildlife Refuge. We've been to the mine a couple of times, even been inside there. Hopefully you've seen my Lost Mine videos. What I found recently was one of our users, one of our viewers, KJ7ALV, was kind enough to send me some historical information on the mine shafts out there. Yes, mine shafts. There are two of them. I did not know there were two. So I took a hike out there the other day to find the second mine shaft, and I'll show you what I found. But first, let's go over some historical information on the original Kenny Veach mine shaft. So the original Kenny Veach mine shaft, you could see on the right side, steel pipe head frame at the collar of the Wild Horse Pass shaft. It's a familiar sight. It's a very unique mine. You've seen this in photographs. You even saw it in Kenny's video. You saw it in my video when I went down there. But what you may not have seen is this new mine shaft, and that's the one to the left. It's about 4 or 5 feet wide, 4 or 5 feet long, and about 15 foot deep. It's not much. There's nothing out there. It's just a couple of boards over a hole is all it is. But still, if it's related to the Kenny Veach mystery, I wanted to go out there and see it. And all I had to go on to find this mine was this grainy photograph. But I also received some information on the original A-frame mine there to the right. So let's go ahead and go over this information and I'll tell you what I found out. So the original mine shaft that you saw in Kenny's video that we've explored several times, of course, you can see here in the picture. Here is a diagram and some details of the mine. I'm not going to read everything word for word. You can pause the video if you like to read it. But the key information here, and this really is critical, stoping, which is basically when you reach the bottom of a mine and you start digging either left or right, vertical, horizontal, so on and so forth. Stoping has been done about 10 foot north and 15 foot south of the shaft, which means when I was inside the mine shaft, that's about the limit of the entire area that's in there. Now, there is some debris in there, but I don't believe it extends any further than 10 foot north or 15 foot south. So the theory that there was a really deep shaft in there and Kenny somehow got trapped in there, I don't see it possible. I just don't see how that's possible. Yeah, he could be buried under the debris, but based on what they're saying, 10 foot north and 15 foot south of the bottom of the shaft, I do not think that this is possible. I don't think that let's just say I believe now at this point it is unlikely that Kenny Veach got trapped inside this mine. Possibly somewhere under the debris, but I don't think it's possible. Some YouTubers have even messaged some of the videos saying that, hey, they've been in the mine and it extends out. Based on what I'm reading right here, I don't think that's possible. This is some fairly official information. So let's talk about another shaft. All right, so here's the original photo of this other mine shaft, which, like I said, it really isn't very much. It's 5 feet by 5 feet by 15 foot deep with a couple of boards over it, but I still wanted to see it. So all I had to go on to find this shaft is a photograph. So I had to match the photograph to the terrain, which I think I did fairly well. So I'll show you what I look for. Take a look right here to this V-notch up here. You can see this road coming across, how it just touch the top of these two peaks. Well, here's the two peaks right here in this road, just touching the top. Here's that same V-notch and everything. The only variable here is this is kind of like a dry lake area, which is not here. This could be the dry lake, and this could be the actual road. Couldn't tell, the photo was grainy. But also look at this V-notch up here. You can see this notch up here and this little teeny tiny kind of bump. Here's that same V-notch, and here's that teeny tiny little bump. And you can see where I was, this top V-notch is just to the right of this lower V-notch. In the picture, the top V-notch is just to the right of the lower V-notch, which means this picture here where I was standing is very, very close to this original photo. where that old mine shaft was. So I took a hike out there to see if I could find it. I found some other interesting things out here. I did find, it's notable, I found a electronic device owned by the United States government that was crash landed out there, and I will show you that as well. Very strange, but no real big deal, but still, it's an electronic device owned by the government that was crash landed out in the middle of the desert near Area 51. So we'll see it in the video. So without further ado, let's watch the video, and I'll show you what I found out there. It's about a 6-mile round trip hike, and hope you enjoy it. Sunday, February 19th, Desert National Wildlife Refuge. I think it's safe to assume that you know why we're here. About 8 or 9 years or so ago, a man named Kenny Veach walked into those mountains and never returned. His keys and cell phone were found by an old mine. We've been to this mine a couple of times by now. It is deep in Joe May Canyon, several miles from the road. This old mine shaft we've actually explored inside. See the Lost Mine video. Well, I've always said this channel is as much as mine as it is yours. So one of our viewers did some research on the mine, and come to find out there are actually 2 mines out there. That's right, there's a second shaft out there somewhere. All I had to go on is a picture. So I'm going to hike out there. I more or less know where it is, I think, and I'm going to try to find this second mine shaft. It doesn't go in very far. It's supposedly 5 feet wide, 15 foot deep, but I'm going to try to find it. There's some wood over the top. Who knows what we'll find in the area. So if I can get in there, I'll at least get the GoPro down there. Second goal we have out here is, I've got a confession to make. I wasn't entirely honest on the first Lost Mine video. I found something out there. There is a pile of rocks that appears to be man-made, and I suspect there could be something buried under there. Okay, I've been through here before and seen this rock pile. That's clearly somebody made the rock pile here. I don't know why. Could be a dead animal, but I doubt it because it's really halfway to the mine or so. I think somebody may have buried something out there. It could be a treasure cache. It could be nothing. It may be something, a clue that Kenny Veach himself left. I don't know. If I can find it, and again, all I have is a picture to go off of for its location. If I can find it again, I'm going to carefully move these rocks piece by piece and see if there's something buried there. There may be nothing. There could be a note from Kenny Veach himself. Who knows? I don't know. Only way to find out is to get out there and hike out. So if you're ready, let's load up the truck and make that long drive out there to Joe May Road and see what we can find. All right, 9:30 a.m. It's kind of a cool 41 degrees. I mistakenly forgot to bring an undershirt, so it might be a little kind of a chilly hike out here. But if you look, there's another vehicle out here, which there almost never is. So that, if you look carefully, you can see him hiking out there by that kind of cave. No, it's not Kenny Veach. That individual's name is Christian. Just spent about 20 minutes talking to him. Great old guy. He loves hiking. He's going to the top of those mountains out there, and he told me an interesting story. Out by Gold Butte, told me about one time when he was camping and actually heard some phantom footsteps. I told him the phantom footstep story out here, and he said, yeah, that's what I heard. So the weird thing is, these phantom footsteps are evidently a thing. Now, just right here at the end of Joe May Road, you're seeing piles of snow. So it is a little chilly out here, and there is still snow in some spots. Like I said, I don't have any real cold weather gear. Today, this is my extreme hot weather outfit. So as long as I keep moving, I think I'll be fine. It's not bitter cold right now, and the wind's not blowing. And like I said, our goal today is head out there about 2 miles or so, 2 to 2.5 miles. And try to find that second mine shaft out in this valley and see if there's any artifacts nearby the mine. And also that
kind of strange rock pile that I found that I believe is man-made and could be something buried under it. So let's keep on going and see what today's adventure brings us. All right, this is a long kind of uphill stretch of our hike. And yes, I'm getting a little winded because I'm hiking at a fast pace going uphill at a high elevation. So don't mistake that for being out of shape. We're just started about a quarter mile on the clock and we're making good progress. Weather seems to be perfect. Let's keep going. All right, it's about the half mile mark. 11 minutes, 169-foot elevation gain. That hiker we met, he's down there. He went up on the cliff somewhere. I don't think he's going deep today. So what you like hiking uphill is like wearing boots that weigh 4 times as much as they normally do. It's like wearing lead shoes. It's tough. But coming back is like wearing running shoes. It ain't no problem at all. So we're gonna keep going. I saw this animal dropping here that I'm sure is no more than a day or so old. And clearly it's got to be coyote. It's about the size of a dog dropping, I guess. The picture I have of where that rock pile, supposed treasure cache is, shows some mountains off in the distance like this. And I believe it's this mountain here, but from a distance, so it's probably way up there by where that valley is. And in about 2 miles is around the location where I suspect this second mine shaft is. It should be on this side of the canyon somewhere. And if I can't find it, I'll climb up one of these hills and try to get a better vantage point and see it then. It's supposedly just a shaft, about 5 feet wide, 15 foot deep. That's what's documented, but who knows what we're gonna find out there. You might find some artifact or something. There's wood covering it up, a couple of pieces at least in this picture. The picture looks like it was taken in the 70s. So use that as a guide. We'll hopefully find that mine shaft, and if we can find that rock pile that I believe is man-made, we'll carefully remove the rocks and see what's buried under there. I'm looking around, I'm not seeing anything else like it. Well, there's a rock pile right there, and that does not look man-made, but the one I'm going to show you looks man-made. I could be wrong. We'll find out today if I can find it, but if there's something buried there, I want to find out what it is. Let's keep on plugging away at this hike and get out there. Now, as I'm hiking along, I'm looking for any other rock pile or anything that looks similar to that one rock pile I'm speaking of, to see if it's possible it could be natural. And I'm not seeing anything really similar. So, like I said, we'll if I can find them, we'll carefully move the rocks. Now, this rock pile here, you can see it looks like maybe water's flowing down here and could have made it that way. But this other one, you'll see, it just doesn't look natural. And it could be, but I don't know. So we'll keep on going so if we can find it. Now, the normal path out there is straight ahead around this kind of hillside here. But what I'm gonna do today is actually go towards the hillside and use it as a vantage point for some of the things we're gonna try to find today. So we'll just walk up that pathway to the top of the hill and keep on going along that ridge line there and see if we could get a better view of some of these points we're gonna find. It's a little bit different than where we usually go, and that's fine. You never know what you're gonna find out here in Jomay Canyon. Just like a ramp, we'll just follow it all the way straight up to the top. All right, top of this ridge line on the clock, 0.66 miles, 18.5 minutes, 250 foot elevation foot gain. And it looks like we've got a yucca forest going on top of this ridge line here. So we'll navigate these yucca trees, making sure we don't bump into any, because they're not friendly, they do poke you. And we'll keep on going, see what else we can find here in Jomay Canyon. Here's something, part of a balloon. Did Kenny Veach wear a red shirt? More than likely a balloon, looks rubber. Probably rubber balloon floated out here years ago. That's one of the few man-made objects I've seen out here. So we'll keep going through this yucca forest and see what we can find. Thought I heard something. Just keep going. Still going. Making progress. Top of this ridge line. Believe it or not, haven't even gone 1 mile yet. We're taking the difficult way, which is on top of this ridge line. We usually hike down there in a little small valley. Found the first bone of the day. I'm sure it's an animal bone, but who knows? You can see how bleached white from the sun has been here a while. So that's it. Just an old bone. It's been here for years. And yes, I am wearing the mechanics gloves. I have those, here's another piece of red, maybe balloon or something. Clothing, who knows. Gloves. I've got the mechanics gloves on. I do have those vinyl gloves that I use the liners with me, but I'm not wearing them. I just didn't put them on. Didn't think I need them at this time. And that's about it. It's a difficult hike because we're going a different route, which is on top of this ridge line. It's a little bit more challenging, but it's off our beaten path, so who knows if we'll find anything new up here. Now that right there is the 1 mile mark. So you can see the truck way out there. Well, you probably can't, but I can. That's a mile away. So as of right now on the clock, 28 minutes, 429 foot elevation gain in 1 mile. So I'm kind of taking my time. This mine shaft, see if there's anything else out here of interest. Come over here to check this kind of a usual shaped cliff. See if there's any caves or anything out there. And like I said, we usually focus on this side of Joe May Canyon. But that mine shaft, till we find it, is somewhere on this side. Probably 1.5 miles, almost 2 miles that way. And that treasure cache, I don't know if you can see that little valley right up there, should be just north of this valley in the center of this Joe May Canyon, if we can find it. So let's keep going, focusing on this side of Joe May Canyon, if we can find anything interesting this trip. 1 mile done, probably about 2.5 more to go. Now the area is vast. I'm walking on kind of the center top of this ridge line here, but keep in mind there's a whole other valley down here on this side of Joe May Canyon where there could be things. So I'm gonna try to see as much as I can, but this is really a vast area. It's easy to miss something out here. So you gotta keep your eyes open. And like I said, this channel is as much yours as it is mine, so you are very much an active participant in this hike. So keep your eyes open. And if you see anything I don't, point it out. Mention the comments. And I could probably lead another expedition out here if it's something significant. Let's keep on going. All right, so here's a rock pile that looks like it could be man-made. Might have been a campfire at one point, hard to say. I don't see any evidence of anything burned. But so far it's really the only man-made thing out here I've seen, really. That hiker, Christian, he's probably up on the hill somewhere. I don't see him up on the hills, but he might be on the other side. Seemed like a cool guy, a lot of outdoor experience. Surprisingly, he said he hadn't heard of Kenny Veach. I guess not everybody has. So of course I filled him in on the whole story. He told me a story. Well, you know, I carry a small pistol out here, and I do because, you know, mountain lions, coyotes, extremely unlikely, but you never know. But the most dangerous beast out here, of course, is two-legged. So you just never know out here. I mean, somebody can come out here and do something to you, and even if you did have a cell signal, it'll take the cops 30 minutes to an hour to get here, and they'll be long gone. So the only help out here is what you can provide yourself. So it's better to be safe than sorry, and it's perfectly legal to do so. So that's why it's good to carry a firearm out here. So hiker Christian told me about the time when he was hiking or camping up near Gold Butte, Nevada, I think. And somebody up on the hill started shooting at him. He could hear the bullets whizzing by and ricocheting off the rocks near him. And he doesn't know if it's someone trying to scare him away, if they're actually trying to shoot him, or just somebody messing around. So he said he pulled his pistol, fired off a whole magazine, Just gonna let these people know that, hey, there's somebody out here who's armed, and we'll shoot back. But nothing came out of the incident. But it just goes to show you, sometimes people are the most dangerous thing out here. You just got to be careful, because you never know who you're going to encounter or what their story is. Okay, just over a mile, and if my memory serves me correctly, that treasure cache is somewhere right out there. So that's the point where I'm going to go, is right out there. And then I'll pull out my camera, take a look at that picture, and line it up with these mountains here, and see if I can find that point where I saw the treasure cache out there somewhere. And if I do, we'll carefully move the rocks, see if there's anything there. Let's go. Just kind of dodging sagebrush here, and we'll navigate down this hill. If I can find the treasure cache, I'll drop a pin, move a few rocks, and then we'll continue on to the mine. Still, it's early, it's only 10 a.m., so we've got time. Just navigating through this rough terrain here, these rocks. Like I said in my other videos, people say, why don't you wear a helmet cam, keep your hands free? Well, for one, I've got one hand free. The other hand, if I need to drop the GoPro, it's tethered. So I can drop it, no problem. So I've got two hands. And if I was wearing a helmet cam, this is what you'd see, is me watching where I'm going. But with this floaty stick, I can put it in front of me, and you could see everything. So you're kind of an active participant in this hike. And that's what's up. All right, we've walked about a mile 43, 600 feet elevation gain, 42 minutes. And I just saw something over here that I know what it is. It's a US government UFO, probably shot down by an F-22. It's a party balloon. And yeah, that's in there. I know somebody commented, why not pick up trash? Look, I'm not going to pick up the trash. That's not what I'm here for. I know I should, but that's not why I'm here. And if I didn't come out here, the trash would still be there. So it's debatable. Should I pick up trash or shouldn't I pick up trash? Well, I'm not going to. Now, the first pile of rocks we're looking for should be just up here. And the only thing is, look at this like rock pile right here. This I believe is natural, but it's a small rock pile like this, and it just looks like somebody put it there intentionally. And it's under a bush like this. It's like a pile of rocks under a bush like this. So we'll keep going, see if I can find it. Should be up here, a quarter mile maybe, less, eighth of a mile. And if I can find it, we'll pin it and see if we can come back and dig it up. I thought I knew the area out here. I didn't realize looking for this rock pile would be like a needle in a haystack, but it is. Looking at that picture again, I believe it's further up here a little bit more. Hopefully we'll find it. All right, there's it should be closer on here somewhere, a little bit further up. Not too much further. Here's another bone found out here. I don't think it's human. Hard to say what it's from. It's kind of long. Deer maybe. Let's keep on going. Shouldn't be too much further. This is weird. I don't know what this is, but it's been here for a long time. Is something tied? Maybe part of an old balloon, maybe? It's been in the sun a long time, but it's hard to say how long because the desert does a very good job of preserving things. Here's some more trash or something up here. We'll go check out and see what it is. You don't see a whole lot of trash out here, so when you do see something, it's really unusual. Looks like something electronic. Weird. What the hell is this? Some sort of electronics. Circuit board. United States Department of Commerce. That's got to be a weather balloon. Interesting. Something crashed out here. And it's clearly of this earth. There's the circuit board. I don't see a power source, so I wonder if it's solar powered. Is there a battery in here? Circuit boards don't operate without power. That's weird. Radio sondi. Anyway, there's another piece of it over here. Clearly something crashed out here. Yeah, there's part of it too. Very strange. Weather balloon. Let's look around and see what else we can find. Alright, so we just found this crashed National Weather Service device, and we're gonna look around and see if there's anything else out here. But first I'm gonna drop a pin so I know where this thing is. That bugs me we didn't find it. It's gotta be down there somewhere. Somewhere in this general vicinity out there. That rock pile that looks man-made. Now for the time being, we're going to continue forward to this other mine shaft we've been notified of. That cliff rock up there all the way at the end, it should be somewhere to the right of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight right there on that ridge line and look down, and it should be just on the other side of that ridge line, hopefully on this side of the canyon. And that's where I'm going. That's where we're going. And if we're lucky, we'll see it. It is supposedly a 5-foot wide, 15-foot deep hole with some wood on it. Hard to see, no doubt, but if we get a good vantage point, we might find it. Keep in mind, this trip could be fruitless, but I'm gonna give it my best. A lot of rugged terrain between here and there, but we'll make it. Okay, now I just heard something. Hear that? Like thunder off in the distance. There it is again. That loud sonic thud is kind of what I heard as far as phantom footsteps go. But what I believe this loud noise was is explosions up near Area 51 and the Nevada National Test Site. They don't do nuclear testing out there per se. They do some underground tests, but they do explode some high explosive bombs out there, and the military does drop bombs out near Area 51. So it's entirely possible there could be some sort of large bomb being dropped out there, rather than something supernatural. But you never know. Keep on going. Keep our eyes and ears open. All right, on the clock, 2 miles. 800-foot elevation gain, 73 minutes. And I don't usually film trash, but take a look here. It's a very old can, probably around 100 years old from back in the old days. And like I said, I don't film trash, but this is something clearly very old. So we'll keep our eyes out for any other old artifacts we might find out here. It's kind of a pine tree, pinyon nut tree. Is this the one where Kenny Veach came to find his pinyon nuts? I don't see any in there, but I think that tree, his pinyon nut tree, is way up there over Wild Horse Pass. You never know. But as you get to higher elevations, you start seeing things like this that you don't see in the lowlands. So let's keep on going. Okay, what I was gonna do is, it's kind of rough straight ahead, but I'm pretty sure this is the path I usually take up on top of that ridge line. It's a little easier. It's a flat, straight shot on that ridge line, but that's not where I'm gonna go, because that's where we usually go. Where I'm gonna go is over here on top of this ridge line, because if you look straight ahead, it's a big old rock cairn up there, so somebody was up there. So if there's one rock cairn, I'm gonna see what else is up there. Let's go. All right, just real quick. You know, I wear those vinyl gloves because I don't have to take them off every time I use the phone or something, and I do use the phone a lot for GPS or photos. So when I take off my regular mechanics gloves, I take off when I use the phone, this is what happens. I drop them, and I haven't forgotten gloves out here before, so that's why I favor those vinyl gloves. They don't offer much protection other than temperature, but allow me to use my electronics. Now we did climb up this hill to see this here, which is a rather large rock cairn. So let's follow along this ridge line, probably about another mile or so, and hopefully we'll find that mine shaft that's on this side of the canyon. Just for the record, we've gone 2 miles. We've got about 1 more to go. That makes it a 6-mile day. And I wasn't even planning to come out here today. Yesterday I did a recon way in the other side of these mountains for a feature hike. And I don't hike very much, but it was a long drive. And I was actually planning to go up Alamo Road to recon another area out there. But I reread some material somebody sent me. One of the viewers sent me on that mine. Says, you know what? I got time. Why not today? Truck's already dirty. Let's go ahead and do it. So it was almost a last minute thing coming out here. But we're almost there. That ridge line way up there, I'm going to get on top of that ridge line, hopefully see the shaft from there. If it's not on that ridge line somewhere, shouldn't be too big a deal. So we'll just crisscross and navigate all this brush looking for anything interesting. Avoiding cactuses like this one that stuck our boot last weekend on that Skull Canyon hike. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. And we'll keep on going, see if we can find running anything else out here. Getting this rough terrain. Here's another rock cairn. Not too much further north from that other one, so we're on the right track for something at least. Those of you who don't know what a rock cairn is, it's like putting a pin with a GPS. It's just a marker. Common thing that hikers use. No, Sasquatches don't put them. Hikers put them. You can mark a trail or a path. And it's a little interesting because this path we're going, this cross country is really rough. The actual trail or path is a wash right over there. It's much easier to walk up like a sandy wash. That's fine. We'll keep going here. We're in shape. We'll make it. It's a little slower going. It's uphill. It's rugged terrain, but we'll make it. I don't know if this is the mine. Great if it is. It means you don't have to go any further. But I see two poles sticking up out of the ground up there. So I'm going to walk up there and see if that might be it. Okay, I'm gonna roll film this because I know you like exploring just as much as I do. There's two poles sticking out of the ground right here. Sorry, I talk too fast sometimes. There are two poles sticking out of the ground, at least two. One of those poles has a sign on it. So let's walk up here and see what the heck this is. Might be the mine, might be nothing. Some kind of a marker. If the mine isn't here, then I'll go ahead and pin this location as something unusual. Just pole, and they lead up this way. And we'll see if this is where that mine shaft is. I don't think it is, but you never know. It's something. No, I don't think it's a mine shaft, but it's something. It's weird. We're close to the mine shaft. Interesting. All right. Something. Plot. Do not disturb. USFWS DGR. Please do not disturb. Interesting. No, it's not the mine shaft. It's something. There's another pole out there which we're gonna go take a look, and the mine's gotta be close. It said some kind of a marker. Couldn't really read the lettering. But you can pause the video and take a look to the base of this hill. And I can't tell if there's other markers up there. There is other markers up there. It goes all the way up the hill. Well, there's one right over there. I may come back on the way back. We'll see. Beautiful view of Mount Charleston, the snow-capped mountains out there. And there's another marker just for that tree, so let's walk up there and find out what that is. All right, here's a piece of rebar stuck in the ground, leading up to more rebar, another kind of a fence pole stuck in the ground for some reason up there, but no sign on this one. Let's see what's up over here. See how rugged this terrain is. There's no way out here unless you're on foot. On foot's the only way to get out here. Yeah, here's another sort of marker for some reason. Been here for a long time. I may climb this hill on the way back, we'll see. Marker there, marker here. Very strange. US Fish and FWS, Fish and Wildlife Service, I'm assuming. DGR, whatever that means. Let's keep going, see what else we find. Anything else interesting out here. Now we've been through Joe May Canyon several times, but not on this side. We always go over there on that side. So this is all new to us. Let's keep going. We still got to get to that valley way up there, but that mine should be around here somewhere. Let's keep going. Here's a piece of wood from something. I don't think it's a piece of plant. I think it's a piece of actual wood, which is a good sign that mine is close. Keep your eyes open. So you know Kenny Veach's phone and keys were found near a mine up there, and that's a mine we've been to a few times. But I've recently found out that's not the only mine out here. There is another one. And the only thing I have to go off of is a photograph, if you could see it, I don't know if you can, of what may be another mine out here. It's a mine shaft. You can see there's a piece of wood over it, and it looks like it's on the other side of a large rock or something. So, based on the description and how far from the original mine it is, it should be somewhat across from here, right in this area somewhere here. It could be a pole sticking up over there, I can't tell, but it should be in this area somewhere here. So anywhere from right here on up to that ridge line, way up there, is where this mine is. So again, looking for a needle in a haystack, but we're going to carefully walk through here and try to find that mine. It's a small shaft, it should be here somewhere. Let's go. Okay, take a look at the photo if you could see it. And then right up there, that's what you're seeing in the photo. So it's about somewhere here, probably straight up there. Now in the photo, the road is almost level with that V. Up here the road is much higher. So I don't know if I have to go down or up, but what I'm gonna do is follow a straight line about right here. Maybe over a little bit more this way, or along this ridge line, and see if I can find that mine. If we go up there a little more and I don't see it, like I said, it should be just past this more or less, but descriptions could be wrong. But it should be around here somewhere. So keep our eyes open, following this photograph like an old treasure map, and try to find this other mine shaft. The description I had was that shaft is about a mile down from the original mine, the Kenny Veach mine, which I thought was aligned with this monolith mountain here, somewhere up there. However, that's about a mile down. But this is another monolith that could be aligned with, and based on the picture, since we're up higher, that roadway should be aligned with those mountains. So I think that mine shaft is further down here, I really do. Based on the picture that I see, there's no way that it's higher, because the higher we go, the higher that roadway is going to be over the mountain. So I really think it's at a lower elevation. That's where we're going to go. But first, I'm going to pull the binoculars, because it looks like there's a cave straight over there. I don't think it is. We'll check. And then we're going to head back down and try to get to the same point in this picture, which should be just around this bend up here, and try to find that other mine shaft. Okay, you can almost see that cave up there. It's not really working too well with the GoPro, but a little bit. And yeah, I'm sorry, you can't see too well with the GoPro, but I could see here on the standard C28 binoculars. Straight ahead there is a cave. It looks like it kind of goes up at an angle. Might be worth checking out if we're in the area, but I don't think it's not really in the shape of an M. I think it's the M cave, and this isn't the right location for the M cave, but it's kind of an interesting feature. So right now we're going to put the binos away, hike down there, and try to match up the picture we have with the terrain, use it like a treasure map, and try to find that other mine shaft. Alright, the info I have said that that other mine shaft is about a mile south of the Kenny Veach mine, but can't believe everything you read on the internet, right? It was a very old record, and somebody may have just guesstimated it. I think it's more like 2 to 2.5 miles south. So it's clearly not a mile south. Because I saw a picture of the shaft and that roadway that you could see above those hills. I matched up the hills, but the roadway is almost level with the hills, which means we've got to go to lower elevation. So that's where we're going to go. But it should be around straight here somewhere, just at a lower elevation. My guess is that shaft is farther down. And here are these markers I saw. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to follow the markers up there, but I'm going to go straight up this hill where you see the snow, get on top of the hill at a vantage point, and see if I could spot the shaft up there. If I'm lucky, we will, but I really think it's at a lower elevation. Could be wrong, but you never know. Alright, I'm going to roll film for this. We're back at that marker, that strange marker, and I could see another one up the hill over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to climb this hill and get a better vantage point and see if we can see that shaft down there. I'll also know if it's if that roadway lines up with those mountains like in the picture better, at higher or lower elevations. And up there, who knows, you might even be able to see Las Vegas. It's a good vantage point. The mine is still quite a ways up there, but I really want to find this other shaft that we've been told about. It's a smaller mine shaft, but it should be out here somewhere. I saw it in a picture, a very old picture, like from the 70s or something. So without further ado, let's climb this semi-snow covered mountain on this beautiful February day in the Sheep Range Mountains just outside Las Vegas, and see what adventure awaits us at the top. Kind of meander our way towards this other marker, see if it's anything. Stepping in the snow. And for those of you who hear me breathing heavy and say I'm out of shape, yeah, you try and climb this hill at this high elevation, see how well you do. Another rebar and another fence post. I don't know why these markers are here, but they are. Don't see any markers around here. This might be the only one. There's three down there. There's something. Let's keep going to the top. It's right up over there. It's a steep hill. It's a beast. It's definitely a beast. Not the beast, but a beast. A snow-covered beast. Yeah. Okay. Just keep going. Cactus. We'll lose our balance. We're just going right over there. Okay. Onward. Okay. Oh wow. That rock started moving when I stepped on it. Okay. Okay. Almost there. Now, nice vantage point. Took a quick break here. On the clock, 2 hours, 2.84 miles, 1,100 foot elevation gain. Ladies and gentlemen, Jomé Canyon. Let's walk over here on this kind of peak, see what we can see. Yeah. Okay. Well, we definitely can't see Las Vegas from up here. We're not high enough. But it does give us a good view of Jomé Canyon and where we need to go in that mine shaft. Should be somewhere down here. Not too far, right around here somewhere, down there. And basically, that roadway, see it right in the center of the camera where it makes a V? The roadway's got a line right up on top of those mountains, so I think we need to go further down there, by where that tree is, And somewhere down there should be the mine. I'm not seeing it right now, but it should be somewhere in this general area. But it's certainly a nice view up here. We're just standing on these rocks. Let's get off of this one and go over here. Still rolling film, of course. Right over here we can get a better footing. Yeah, this might be a good camping spot up here. It's kind of a nice hillside. Those are the markers, Joe May Canyon. The mine is way up there, a mile or two up there. And you can see all these mountains, beautiful area, very beautiful. And again, I wasn't planning on coming out here today. I was gonna do a recon out Alamo Road way up there to find a point for hiking, to look for basically something I'm gonna have in one of the future videos. I won't go into too much detail, but it's something I saw on Google Earth out there. And I'm looking for the closest place to it to hike, and just looking maybe on the other side, way over there. And that's going to be an all-day one. It's like 6 miles each way. It's over rugged terrain and extreme mountains. It's going to be a tough one, maybe even overnight. So I'll do that at a later date. But for right now, somewhere in these lowlands is that mine shaft somewhere. So that's what we got to try to spot. All right, I just had the binoculars out. I was scanning the valley for anything that looks like that mine shaft, and I just can't see anything out there. It's harder to find than I thought. We're gonna have to get real lucky. So we're gonna get to a point where that photograph I have matches up with the terrain I see, and try and find that mine shaft. And to make matters worse, it looks like my camelback bladder is leaking again. I'm pretty sure the top isn't sealing very well, and I'm just gonna buy a new one. And if that doesn't work, then I'm gonna not use camelback anymore. But yeah, it's leaking again, and that shouldn't happen. So let's got the pack back on. Let's stand up and carefully get down there. Watching these rocks. Oh my God, almost lost some balance. Okay. And go down this way into that valley and see if we can find a point that matches up with that photograph I had, that old photograph, and find that mine shaft. But it should be straight around here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's like right around here next to a large rock. So let's keep on going. All right, so I'm about to go live, but I just want to show you real quick. We've got a low-flying helicopter over here that you can probably see. It's a red helicopter. He's got something on his skid. He took one look at me and turned around. So he's flying over there. I don't think it's military. And the weird thing is, he is really low, and he may be landing over there somewhere. I wonder if he'll come over and look at us. It might be government contracted aircraft, but he's really low. I can see him in the mountains over there, and he's just below that peak. So it's weird. He went over there. He took a circle. It might be U.S. Fish and Wildlife checking out the Joe May guzzler, and now they're gaining altitude and possibly going somewhere else. Yeah, that's weird. I thought they were going to come over and fly over me or something. But it appears to be that he's leaving. Anyway, I've got 2 bars. Let's go ahead and try to do a quick live stream here, and I'll tell you about the video in the live stream, which you've probably seen by now. All right, we just finished the live stream from up there on top. KJ, thanks for sending me the information. You're the reason I'm out here. That photograph you sent me, I believe, is probably taken somewhere down there. It's really kind of hard to tell, but I think if I can get that roadway lined up at the top of those mountains, that's pretty much where that mine shaft is, down there somewhere. So yeah, it may be closer to the truck, I don't know. So I'm gonna keep going. Like I said, I've heard some rumors of a second mine shaft out here, but you're the first one that sent me a picture. I can tell you right now, I've looked on several USGS maps, Sagaya GPS. I've not seen that map, that mine shaft marked on anything. So all we have to go by is a picture, which clearly shows a shaft out here. It's a very old mine shaft. And the actual Kenny Veach mine, based on the info KJ sent me, was first built in the 1850s. And the last activity there was in the 1950s. Supposedly, that may have been a guess. Just like they said, the second shaft is about a mile down from the Kenny Veach mine, the original one, which I believe it's much further down than that. I don't think that's accurate at all. So we're coming down this hill and trying to watch our step on these rocks. And once we get in that valley, hopefully we can get to a point where the roadways line up with those mountains, and we can maybe see where that mine shaft is. Hopefully we'll find it. If not, that just means we're gonna have to do a part 2 for this adventure, which I'm sure you guys don't mind. I do the work, you get to watch the videos, and that's cool, I don't mind. Oh, and the live stream, if you didn't even notice it, I was talking really fast, I was talking really quick, and it was a lot of talking. Reason is, A, I wanted to get as much info in as possible in 5 or 6 minutes, the live stream was, and B, I'm holding the phone up like this, like a selfie, and my arm was starting to hurt, so I wanted to hurry and get it over with. Anyway, let's keep traversing this hill and get into this little valley and see if we can find that second mine shaft. All right, that's the 3 mile mark. 2 hours, 32 minutes, 3 miles, 1,100 foot elevation gain. It's around 12 noon, and it's lunchtime, but I'm not super hungry. I'm gonna stop for lunch. I really think we could probably get to the truck by 1, so I'm gonna try to push it and get to the truck. I know that mine shaft is not in here because it wouldn't be lined up with the picture. It's gotta be down there further. And I can't really tell if that road is somehow lining up with the mountains like it should be in the photograph. Oh, it's just really hard to tell. I really think it's further down here. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Let's continue dropping elevation and see if we get to a point where that photograph we have lines up with the terrain we see, like a treasure map. All right, just coming down this hill, under this tree over the rocks, back up the other side. Oh man. There's a pine tree. Is this where Kenny found his pinon nuts? Finding that specific pine tree out here is like a needle in a haystack. It's hard to do. This area is so vast that it's so easy to miss something out here. There could be something right up there and you won't even see it if you're not looking. That's why I rely on you to point things out to me if I miss it. Oh man, I just can't tell. I just can't tell. Okay, I've looked at that picture multiple times, and what you're seeing right now, look at the lower V and look at the upper V up there by Mount Charlton where they're almost lined up. This is the point, right somewhere around here, where that second mine shaft is. But the roadway or the lines kind of going across over there, those should be lined up with the top of the mountains right here. Should be lined up right there, and they're not, which means I think it's here, but it's further down. Which is strange. There's nowhere near a mile south of the mine shaft like it said online, so I think it's there. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over here all the way to the mountains, and I'm going to try to find the original path that I usually take down here and down this hill, and try to find that rock pile that looks man-made that might be a treasure cache or something. Hopefully I can find it. I'll just go straight over there and go all the way down, then I'll come back over here by kind of that point, and I'll see if I can, hopefully at a lower elevation the road will look lined up down there, and we'll continue our search for the mine. But for right now, let's go straight across to where the normal hiking path is. It's not really a hiking path, but kind of a wash where people have hiked through, and then we'll go down and try to find that rock pile. Just walking aimlessly through the desert, not even knowing where we're going, just walking, looking for stuff. Here's another old can. Like I said, trying to film all the trash I find out here that's old. See how thick this is. They don't make stuff like this anymore. It's an old 100-year-old can probably. I'm gonna keep going over here towards almost all the way to the hill. There should be like a wash that everybody walks up and down when they go through Joe May Canyon, and I think that's kind of the way I come back. So one of these washes is the way I come back, and that rock pile that looks man-made is up against a small bush, and somewhere in this area, up against a small bush. See, maybe we'll get lucky. I'll find some footprints of mine. Kind of sort of see them here. Yeah, maybe this is it, perhaps. Coming down here, looking for this small bush with a rock pile up against it. That looks man-made, and hopefully I'll find it. If I do, we'll move some of the rocks, see if we could see anything under it. The last time I recorded the video where I saw it, towards the end of that little small ridge line right up ahead, so it should be somewhere around here, and it looks like footprints, so I'm fairly certain this is the way I come back and where I would have seen it. So it should be up here just a little bit more. Oh, that's not it. It really does kind of look man-made. Keep going. Fairly certain that rock pile is in this general vicinity. So I'm just watching all these bushes to see if I can see it. I hear phantom footsteps. Do you hear it? It's a thumping coming from that direction. It's a loud noise like a jet or a freight train going by. Could the phantom footsteps be Air Force jets dropping bombs off in the distance? It's entirely possible. Is those explosions echoing off the walls of Joe May Canyon the real phantom footsteps? It's possible. Wind's blowing, you won't hear anything now. But yeah, I just sound like some thumping comes from over there, so it may have been echoing from Air Force bombing range, I don't know. The military station of Fort Riley, Kansas, and in the town outside Fort Riley, you could hear the artillery going off and tank rounds, and it sounds somewhat similar. So I kind of know that loud kind of sonic thumping off in the distance where it's military high explosives. So it sounds like that's could be what it was. I don't know. Hard to say. But I'm not seeing that rock pile, and it's really kind of annoying because I found it easily twice before, and I'm not seeing it now. And if I don't find this mine shaft, that means we may have to take another trip out here sometime. Go all the way to the mine and try and match it up. But looking out here, the road is getting closer to this mountain peak, so I think that mine shaft is up here somewhere. So I'm gonna go to see this kind of like I guess hill up here. We're gonna go down towards the end because right around here, maybe even in this wash somewhere, is that rock pile. If it's not there, then I'm gonna cross over to this side and use the picture trying to line up the mountain peaks because it's clearly somewhere over there, maybe by that tree somewhere, and try to find that other mine shaft that should be out here somewhere. So I'm walking slowly and deliberately trying to find where that rock pile is, and it almost looks like something like this, only there's not very many rocks here, and that looks somewhat natural. What I'm looking for is a rock pile that's more defined and has bigger rocks. Now you can see the way the rocks kind of curve around. Obviously the water flowing years ago, hundreds or even thousands of years ago, built this valley. But the rock pile I'm looking for does look man-made, and it should be right around here somewhere. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Can't find a rock pile in the middle of the rocky desert. Go figure. So I'm gonna go over there. Maybe it's over there. I doubt it. But if I don't see it pretty quick, I'm gonna cross over to that side, over that tree is, and try making my way down over there. Try to look for that mine shaft, which we may or may not find. I don't know. I'll need another expedition out here. I just checked the picture, and that rock pile is somewhere up there, somewhere in that vast area. So I'm not going to waste any more time on it right now. If I go to the mine again, I'll look for it on the way back. Hopefully run into it. But for now, I'm gonna go to that tree and start making my way down and try and line that old photograph I have up with the train that I see and try to find that mine shaft. Okay, you see those two notches? The lower notch and the upper notch, if you can or can't. But anyway, I believe we're in the right spot, but the roadway has got to be aligned with the mountaintops, lower mountaintops, and it's not. So I think we got to get to a slightly lower elevation. And I'm a little surprised this shaft is closer to where we started out. Certainly not a mile south of the Kenny Veach mine like that information online said it was. That's not accurate. Inaccurate information on the internet, go figure. Part of the reason I come out here is to prove or disprove some of the things you read online. So if I'm not mistaken, that shaft should be kind of on, as we go down this kind of a small hillside, we'll go down to that little draw valley and it should be in there somewhere. So we'll see. I'm getting less and less optimistic that we're going to find this mine shaft. It is a approximately 5-foot wide, 15-foot deep hole that something like that's going to be hard to see. It could be right there and we won't even see it. It's behind a hill or something, which it could be. So geologically, I don't think they would build a mine in a wash like this, simply because of flowing water. It could be on the side of a hill. That's something I've seen before. But those two notches up there, I don't know if you could see, can't really zoom on a GoPro, but basically what you're seeing up there, that's what you want to see. Here's the actual picture. You can kind of match it up. All right, so that was the actual picture, and you could see that what we're seeing here on the terrain is what you want to see, but I'm just not seeing it around here. Mines, I've seen them on hillsides, maybe around on top of a ridge like this. I'm just not seeing it around here, and it should be fairly close around here. So I'm gonna keep looking, and hopefully we'll find it. If not, I'm gonna have to do my homework and see if somebody maybe has the exact coordinates to it, because it'd be really interesting to see what's around this small shaft. It's just a small shaft, doesn't really go in, and I don't have a whole lot of info on here, but I've told it's really nothing. But you know, if it's a small shaft with a couple of old pieces of wood on it, who knows what you may find around there. We may get lucky. As of right now, we can't even find it, so let's keep on going. So I just moved right to the top notch up there by Mount Charleston is closer to the left, whereas closer to the left of the bottom notch. And in the picture, it's closer to the left of it's closer to the right of the bottom notch. So that means I've got to go this way, over there more, to line those up a little bit better. And then we'll go straight down and try to find that shaft. We've been through it many times before. I can't believe we missed it if that's the case. So we'll head over here and try to line those notches up over there, just like the sights of a firearm. Those little notches. And that should point, hopefully, to where this shaft is, which maybe could be anywhere out here. All right, at this point, we have gone past the actual place where that photograph was taken. I could see it just doesn't line up anymore. That was up there somewhere. So I dropped a pin on the approximate location, and I'll have to do a good Google Earth recon to try to find that mine shaft. And yes, I'm as disappointed as you are, but hey, I'm the one that geared up to come out here only to find it fruitless. So I'm gonna come over here and skirt this side of the hill, and that's the way we'll exit the Joe May Canyon, because I haven't been out there before. So let's go ahead and do that. I know this is where we came. I saw a footprint right down there. I'm guessing it's mine, and we'll head out of here. But yeah, believe me, I'm as disappointed as you are. We'll just have to do our homework, and I'll check with KJ, who sent that information, see if there's any more info on that mine shaft. Do some more research, and if I find the location, we'll be back. All right, on the clock, 3 hours, 51 minutes, 5 miles, 1,200 foot elevation gain. If you could see it sparkle up off in the distance, that's the sun hitting my truck. So yeah, we're not that far. Same way we came. There's that ramp we walked up to the yucca forest, and well, we got skunked. It happens. You don't catch a fish every time you go fishing. You don't win a jackpot every time you go in the casino. And you don't find what you're looking for every time you come out here. It was a long shot anyway. I mean, all I had to go for is a picture. It looked like it was taken in the 1970s of a mine shaft, and have to kind of line it up, which I think we did line it pretty well, but we didn't find the mine shaft. So I dropped a pin. I know where we were more or less, and I'm going to do a good detailed Google Earth analysis, and may or may not see it there. I mean, sometimes it's hard to see things detail like that, but you never know. So we're just continuing on to the truck, and not to worry, this is not going to be our last time out here in Jomay Canyon. We'll be here again. That rock pile that looked like it could have been a treasure cache or something, couldn't find it. Don't know where it is. I know I saw it because I've seen it twice before. Did somebody come and grab their loot, whatever it was? Maybe, I don't know. More than likely, I didn't see it, but it was kind of funny because I found it easily twice before, and then didn't think about, you know, looking under there, but we couldn't find it this time, so that's fine. Anyway, we're gonna continue down this wash all the way to the truck, which is probably a mile, maybe a little bit less, and then that'll be that. So we'll just keep on going. So I've got 1:20 on the clock, and I opted not to stop for lunch this time. I do have freeze-dried food. I think it's a scrambled egg breakfast, which is pretty good. I did kind of like that beef stew last time better, so I'm gonna buy more of those. But with the truck inside, it seems pointless to stop for lunch. I'm a little hungry, but I'm doing fine. And honestly, I probably ate too much last week anyway, so I could use to lose a few pounds. So I'm gonna wait till we get to the truck and have lunch later after I leave. Got a vehicle moving up on the ridge line, heading towards my truck. Not quite right there yet. Looks like it might be a Jeep or something, so I'm gonna try to step it up just in case it is somebody up to no good. Try to get to my truck a little quicker. It's a pickup truck. Can't tell what kind, dark colored, and I don't know if they're gonna stop by my truck or not. Looks like they are keeping going, which is good. I'm always nervous about somebody doing something to the vehicle out here because this far out, there's no law enforcement. Somebody could steal my truck, break into it. I could be gone for hours and they would totally get away with it. So whoever this person is, they keep on going, just went past the truck. And I think you can see it up on the hill over there. So we're gonna keep going, and we should be at the truck in just a few minutes across this desert here. Yeah, they're going to the end of Jomay. All right, that's the truck on the top of the hill over there. I'm just gonna make a straight shot through the open desert, rough country here, just to go right to it. Shouldn't be very long. Guessing whoever that was that drove by is maybe parking out at the end of Jomay Road, who knows? You can't be too careful. Probably 90% sure it's just a hiker, someone enjoying the outdoors, but on the 10% or less chance it's somebody up to no good. That's why you got to make sure you're covered. All right, now with a hop, skip, and a jump, top of this hill, there's a truck. On the clock, 5.65 miles, 1,278 elevation gain. My heart rate's currently 141 beats per minute, 4 hours and 3 minutes. And we got skunked. No mine, no rock pile treasure cache, nothing. But at least where the mine is supposed to be, I did match up the picture I have to the terrain and dropped a pin, so I'll be able to do a good Google Earth recon of the area to try to find it. And if anybody has information on this second mine shaft out here in Jomay Canyon, please send it to me. Email me through the about page on the channel or Instagram Messenger, and let me know. This channel is as much as yours as it is mine. So the things you find out here, a lot of times I can make time to come out and investigate them. But that's about it for this adventure. So I hope you liked it. Please subscribe. the more subscribers I have, the more likely I am to keep doing this. So keep on subscribing. It doesn't cost anything. That's it for this adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time, we'll see you on the next adventure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the videos, please subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when I post a new one. All of my videos are unscripted as they happen. I can't promise they'll be exciting, but I can promise they'll be 100% real. My name is Steve from Las Vegas, and these are my adventures.